Hello, Kat.
Oh, the voice again. Hi, John.
What do you mean, the voice again?
Nothing. How are you, John?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Kat?
I'm a little confused, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
What is it that's confusing you?
Nothing. I can't possibly imagine what it could be.
Okay. It's not like I've ever done this voice before, Kat. You're
No,
like,
but you do
the
a
voice
vo-
again.
you do a voice.
Yeah. Forgive me for trying to bring a little something to the table, like a little spice on the chicken. No?
So
Okay.
spicy. So what voice was that exactly? Was it like
That was my voice.
Oh, okay, but were you impersonating anyone?
I mean, kind of.
It was almost like Lecter, like Hannibal Lecter, but
So
also
Hannibal Lecter, maybe with a little bit of riff raff from Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror, yeah, okay.
yeah.
That's exactly how I would have described it. Okay,
Okay,
great. Well, then
good.
you did a great job.
Thanks, Kat. It feels really authentic from you.
John, what are we doing here?
I mean, apparently, why can't I think of the word? We're discouraging
No.
creativity is what we're doing, Kat. That's
No,
what we're doing.
no. I would never.
No? Okay. We're doing a podcast, Kat.
Oh, yes, that is correct.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
A podcast about mistakes,
indeed.
right? I
Yep.
just made one live on air for everyone to hear.
Right.
Mm-hmm,
And that's part of the fun, right? We talk about our mistakes. We talk about historical mistakes, which we call hysterical mistorks.
We do, and we do.
Sometimes we talk about mistakes that involve bison.
Often. Recently, we've been talking about mistakes regarding air travel.
Yeah, we did a whole thing on that. And then sometimes excuse me. Sometimes we'll have a guest on to talk about mistakes that they've made. Or sometimes we'll just have a guest on.
Sure. Just because we think they're awesome people and we
Yeah.
like to talk to them.
Yeah, I mean that's an example. Yeah,
What kind of episode is this going to be,
we are
Kat?
so far off the rails already, John. We have a very, very special guest. It's one of our favorite guests. It's
Yes.
one of my favorite people.
Okay, one of my favorite people too. Come
Okay, great.
on. Okay.
It
to
is.
hog all the
It's
favoritism.
now. Have we said your full name in the past? Or do we just give you your first name? Do you remember? Do we full name drop you?
think so.
Okay, it's Olivia Mackenzie Smith.
Yay.
Woo, hi.
Returning guest. Also, you have your own segment on this podcast with its own theme song when you're joined by your talented and beautiful husband,
They know.
Kitch, of course.
They know.
But you're going solo tonight, baby. It's just us, just the three of us.
I am. I hope there isn't going to be riots in the streets.
Just
in
because we finally
protests.
pried
Pictures
you
out
away
of-
from that meddling husband of yours.
No. No, of course not. Because listen, one Australian accent's better than none. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
true. Two's
Well-
great. One is awesome.
One is
I'm
great.
fine with
Yeah.
all of it. Yeah.
And we have absolutely put you on the spot tonight because this is one of those, like, you're one of the few people we know that we can like text literally at the last minute and say, hey, you want to come on tonight? And you'll say, yeah, I can do that.
Because I have no life.
No.
That's not true. It's because you're a game gal.
You're a game gal and you're very
game
gal. I am.
generous. That's
No,
why.
I'm up for it. Anytime you guys need Ask an Aussie, we're there. I think that was the first time Ask an Aussie kind of happened, was a very impromptu phone call that we maybe didn't know that we were on the air.
That sounds
Did we-
illegal.
I don't think we've ever had you on when you didn't know you were being recorded, but we have. Well, I mean, maybe when you said
maybe.
hello. But we definitely have prevailed upon you to be on our show now.
Which I happily accept. The invitation.
We love that about you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Because you two are awesome. You two are the bestest.
Oh, that's so nice.
I've been told by you just now, and that's really about it.
And that's about it.
That's about it.
Olivia, how's your new year going so far? How you been? What's going on? What's new? What's the latest and the greatest?
Um, things are going pretty well so far. How many days are we in? 23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
Um, kind of been working. I didn't went back to work on the second and haven't really stopped much. So it wasn't much of a break, but that's okay. But it's 2024 is going pretty okay so far. You know,
Good.
nothing
crossed.
nothing amazing to speak of, but
That's okay.
nothing horrible either. Oh, okay. One thing that did happen last week, Kitch, who is the absent other half, is it was our 24th anniversary of when we met.
Oh my goodness, 24 years.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We're very old. Although I was 12 at the time. So,
There you go.
yeah.
How did you guys celebrate? You don't have to get graphic, but did you just go for dinner?
We just went for dinner. Yeah.
Lovely.
We figure 25 next year, bigger deal, right?
Okay.
Not those bigger kind of milestones, quarter of a century.
Sure.
So maybe like a trip away, something like that.
Awesome.
A little more special.
All right.
But yeah, we're kind of lucky anyway. So
Now, do you celebrate your meeting anniversary separately from your wedding anniversary, or?
yes,
Yes.
that gets more attention, the meeting, only because we were together for 10 years before we got married.
I see.
So if we just celebrate the wedding anniversary, I feel like it's ignoring the 10 years previously.
I
Yeah.
completely agree.
Yeah.
We do the same thing.
Yeah. I think Michelle and I were together for 5 years before we got married. Because I needed to know for sure. And I found out. But yeah, you don't want to leave that on the table, right? When you talk about how long you've been together, it's like, yeah, we've been married for this long, but there were a lot of years we were together before that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kat and Leah are similar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. How many years was it for you, Kat?
Well, let's see. We're about to celebrate our anniversary on the 29th, our meeting anniversary on the 29th of this month. So someone can do that math. But we got married in 2020. So that's like a whole bunch of years, as you say.
Hold
that
on,
you're like
what year?
What was the year that you met? Yeah.
2007. Did I not say that?
You did
2007.
not. 2007. Okay.
That's helpful.
It could be
2007.
2007.
So
So
you,
that was the
in
year
fact, couldn't do the math.
that we could not.
I'm so sorry.
There was a missing variable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the year that Michelle and I got married in 2007.
go.
Yeah.
All right. How long have you guys been married?
I definitely know how long it's been. It'll be 17 years. 17 years.
17.
this
So
March,
we've
yeah.
been together for 17 years,
Huh?
but only married for, it'll be 4 in June. So yeah, it's like, that's a whole lot of years that you're forgetting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You don't want to forget about those.
Oh, I put in a lot of work,
Nice to
you know?
celebrate. Yeah, and it's nice to celebrate both if you want, but yeah, I just think it deserves acknowledgement as well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
I agree.
Agreed. Everyone here agrees.
We agree.
Agree.
3 out of 3 podcasts people from My Mistake say yes.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm about to have a brilliant segue. You guys are going to love this.
I love it.
So we were talking before we started recording, a little pre-interview, if you will, a little chit chat.
It happens.
John and Olivia have not seen each other this year, and so there's some Happy New Year's exchanged. And Olivia, you kind of alluded to this, but do you guys, as of right now, it's January 23rd, is it too late if you're walking down the street or you're at a restaurant or something, say, hey, Happy New Year? Is it too late in the month to say Happy New Year? Is it annoying to you when someone says that?
No, I don't. I have the question in my head too. I said it, I had a dentist appointment on the weekend and I said it to the dentist.
Okay.
And I was like, "Ooh, is it too late?" And he goes, "No." And I would agree with my dentist
Okay.
that I think all of January, is that acceptable? If you haven't seen the person, someone, so John, we haven't seen each other. So he said, Happy New Year. So would that, I don't know. How does that
That's
sit
my
with-
rule. That's what I do. Yeah, if I haven't seen you and it's still January, then I'll say Happy New Year.
Right.
Yeah, but let me ask you, isn't it already 2025 in Australia? Isn't that how that works now?
It is. We're that far ahead. Yep.
Okay. I knew it was a bit
Well, how's it going there? What do we have to look forward to in 2021?
in 2025.
It's mayhem. The kangaroos
God.
have taken over.
Oh, I
Yep.
knew it.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time.
It was.
There's more kangaroos than people. So it was bound to happen.
Is that true?
I actually don't know 100%.
Okay.
Just line up my butthole there, but I'm not quite sure.
Well, the quote from that region that I'm used to hearing is that there are more sheep in New Zealand than there are humans.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Like 3-1, 4-1, something like that on the sheep front in New
Seems
Zealand.
like it.
I could get back to you. Maybe I'll ask an Aussie.
Oh,
Oh, that'd be good.
that'd be great.
An Aussie asking an Aussie is like that's a deadlock. You're going to get a great answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds dangerous though. It's like some sort of vortex is created when
you're gonna-
an Aussie asks an Aussie.
Don't cross the Aussies. I
You
mean,
don't
don't
ever-
don't cross the Aussies. Is actually a good rule of thumb. I
Yeah.
think.
It's true. But you were kind of alluding to the Ghostbusters, the
Don't
crossing
cross the streams.
streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The power of the Aussie is not to be taken lightly.
It's true. We have a lot of power.
Indeed.
You do?
So I was hoping one of you would say, yes, it's annoying to me. I don't like when that happens. Because then I would say, well, that's so funny you say that. Oh, Olivia, yes.
It is annoying. I was gonna.
Oh.
I hadn't finished what I was gonna say. No, it's not. No, I'm not.
Oh, we fucking
Sorry, I was
interrupted
trying to help
you.
you
We
segue.
always do that.
I was trying to help your segue.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So it is annoying to you. You find that annoying?
Very. Jesus. Stop it, people. Stop with the Happy New Year.
You get 3 days. 3 days. That's it.
That's it.
I appreciate that, Olivia. Very supportive. Well, okay, so I have this idea for a new segment on the podcast, and we're going to do it all together. It's just
Oh,
a
boy.
brand new thing. John doesn't know what I'm about to say.
I don't.
So this could really go well, or this could just tank, and it's an embarrassment to me, and will be forever, in the history of podcasts.
I don't know who to root for in this.
So I'm stealing this idea from something I saw on Instagram.
Okay.
We're just gonna rename it, rebrand it. I think it's gonna be fine.
Great artist steal.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
So, okay, here's the premise of the segment. The segment working title is "Go Off." Go off.
Oh.
Okay. And the idea is we feed one person a random, just like nothing topic, and the person who has to go off, they have to go off for 30 seconds, an angry rant for 30 seconds about
Ooh.
something that's probably not annoying at all.
This is like an acting exercise. I like
Kind of,
this.
yeah. So we'll say, okay, do you want to just like do you just dive in and workshop? See, Olivia, you're a writer. You're used to workshopping ideas. This is like, think of this as like a workshop.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. You feeling me?
I'm feeling you. I'm down
Okay.
for it. Does my faux New Year rant just now, does that count towards any kind of point? Is this a point scoring system?
I mean, it's definitely not a competition.
Oh, you're not pitting Olivia and
No, it's not like a
Okay.
rant off. It's more just
Okay.
an exercise in fun and and
Okay.
seeing how angry you can get about something that's really not upsetting at all.
I'm curious to see
no
how I do
point.
with this.
Wow, Australians are so competitive. So, do you guys want to go first? Do you want to give me a thing? Because it's my idea. Well, how do you guys want to do this? Somebody want to go?
Maybe we'll give you something because you've seen the example on Insta.
I mean, it was just somebody It was just like a written thing. But yeah, no, of course.
Oh,
I mean, this
oh,
is my
good.
idea,
No,
so I'm happy to do it. I'm
I
happy to
like
be
Kat
the,
being on the hot seat.
I'm happy to be the guinea pig. So I have some some topics I've pre-selected, but you
Oh, I
should
don't
come
think you
up.
get to do
Yeah,
this.
you should come up with one for me.
Okay.
And then someone has to, time me for 30 seconds.
Okay. So Olivia, let's confab here for a moment. I mean, to kind of go with the holiday and the timing thing. What about people who leave their Christmas decorations up? Do that one. Yeah.
That works.
But I'm trying to think of one that actually wouldn't make her mad. People who walk too many dogs at once, or
I feel like I shouldn't be listening to this, right? Should
You
I
probably
take off my
should.
headphones? And then you can signal to me?
okay, I like
You want
that.
to do that?
Yeah, go away.
All right, I am going to hear this
Go
eventually,
elsewhere.
so you can't say mean things.
Sure, we can. You just won't hear them till later,
Okay.
and her headphones are off.
About people that play D&D.
Oh, but she's one of them. Yeah, that makes it even
Exactly.
better. Exactly. Okay.
She's going to have to go off on her own
Uh-huh.
piece.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
that
Okay.
work? I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
I
do you
think
have a
that's the
better-
one. I
do you
think
have a
that's the
better-
one.
Okay.
D&D
Have you
nerds.
talked about on My Mistake D&D before? Is it known that Kat's a player?
It is. And
I don't
and even if we hadn't, it will be now because you and I have just spoken about it.
Okay, cool.
All right. All right.
You ready?
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The audio's fine.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm back.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Olivia has come up with the winning idea.
We didn't really have any.
Perfect. All right, so
Okay.
somebody's got a time.
Oh, all right.
And then, so this is what whoever gives me the idea, I think they should say, your topic is whatever. Now go off, and then that's like click, boom. I'm just come up. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas here.
Yeah,
That's okay.
I think it's perfect.
Okay, Kat,
Yes,
your challenge, should you choose to accept it.
and I do.
Okay. Your topic is people that play D&D
Oh, how dare you?
and go off.
Go off. You guys are assholes. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry. You're gonna hang out with your friends and do math? That's ridiculous and lame. So you sit around a table throwing math rocks around. Losers. And then what is this? You're role playing? It's like a fucking improv group. Who the hell wants to do that with a bunch of people who don't even know how to be funny? It sounds ridiculous. Oh boy, 8 minutes. And another thing, it's just there's sheets that you have to have and little minis and stuff. Like, come on, get out of here. All right, that was mean.
Nicely done.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
so
sorry.
mean. That's okay. It's fine.
I like that you had to prove how good this could be, and I feel like you did great.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Thank
well
you
done.
so much.
I made it tough. I made it tough for you to go off on one of the things you love.
It's okay. That's fine. Okay, cool. Who's going next?
Who's next?
Oh, yeah. He's gonna.
Hey. All right. I guess I'm going next. Oh, well,
Okay,
you
great.
get to choose, right?
You can go.
All right, I'm going. All right, I'm
right.
taking my headphones
Headphones
off.
off.
I'm going to let you all discuss.
Okay, Olivia, I have a couple of pre-selected rants here.
Yes.
Pigeons.
Oh,
How do you
good.
feel about pigeons?
Pigeons could work.
Okay, how about cereal boxes that are only half full when you buy them? You know how like you buy food now and it's only half the fucking package?
Like a packet of chips.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
chips is a good
And
one.
then
Yeah.
another one, well, I can't tell you because this month. Okay. How about between those three? Or do you have an idea?
No. Are there any like we made specific for you? Are there any for John? Anything that he really loves that he?
Oh, he really loves. Yes. He loves correcting people. So I think he has to go off on people who correct other people.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he loves doing that, does he? He loves correct.
He really does, yeah. So it's like, why do people have to correct me when I'm wrong about something? I mean, I don't know. As a guess,
Perfectionists? Should we, or is that too broad?
I think it might be too broad. I don't think he'll know it's about him.
Okay.
Or we just give him pigeons. I don't know. Oh, you know what? He hates it when squirrels go after his oranges. But then that's something that he would have a rant about. Okay. I don't know. What should we do?
I don't know. What was the second one?
John's giving us the wrap it up. We got pigeons. We have cereal, chip bags that are half full. Or being corrected.
Let's do being corrected.
Done. Okay. Come on back, sir.
Okay, I'm allowed back in.
Congratulations, you're allowed back in.
Y'all consulted way too long for my for my liking.
No, it's gonna be great. Okay. Olivia, you have the timer ready, please.
Yes. Yep.
John,
Yes.
the topic is when being corrected for using the wrong word or improper grammar. Go off.
You know, these grammar Nazis who feel like everyone has to be exactly the same and express themselves in exactly the same way as everyone else, they can go stick it, okay? If I want to use some colloquial language, some vernacular, I think that should be just fine. You can just go off, right? You can go off. I'm going off now. If I want to say him and me went down to the store, that's exactly what we did. Him and me did go down to the store. I'm done.
Boom. Well done. You used some really big words in there. That was impressive.
Yeah.
I'm glad because I couldn't remember the word discouraged earlier in the show, if you remember that. Jesus.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Olivia. You know what
Now
time it
I
is.
don't have headphones on. I can put on
Oh,
headphones.
you can just mute. You can just
You
mute
could
us.
just turn your volume all the way down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll just Okay.
We'll trust you.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
we
You
trust
can no longer hear us? No? Okay.
You sure?
what-
Can't hear us? Okay. All right. So, what do you think? Any idea? I see. Yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind is people who hate Kiwis.
Yeah. That's it.
As long as we're picking things that people, that point back to themselves.
Winner.
Yeah? Is that the
No,
one?
That's it.
Okay. All right.
She hates it.
All right.
She hates kiwis. Okay.
I mean, what are you going to do?
You're,
All right.
I'll let you give her the topic. Oh, and I'll record.
You're going to do the
do
timer.
timer. Yeah.
All right. But I will say the words.
You will.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Come on back. All right.
I'm
Can
back.
you hear us now? Okay.
Yes.
Olivia,
Yes, John.
your topic on Go Off, the My Mistake edition, is people who hate Kiwis. Go off.
Go off.
Oh my God. Can these people give the Kiwis a break? I'm sick of these people that just go on and on and on about their accents and, that they're a little backward and that they do inappropriate things with sheep. It's just give them a break. Come on, they're really nice people. And these people should just shove it because the Kiwis are lovely and, they really have everything. Oh, is that it?
Ding, ding, ding. You did it.
Nice
Well
one.
done.
Nice.
That was all
Thank you.
John. Immediate. It was the first thing out of his mouth. I'm like, yep, that's it.
And then we just talked a little bit longer to make it last.
We
But,
have a
all right.
topic.
You just wanted me on the record saying nice stuff about Kiwis and defending them.
I knew that
Right.
you were going to overstate the things that the people who hate Kiwis don't like about the Kiwi.
Yeah, it was almost like kind of like you figured out a cheat. There was a hack. Like,
But
yeah,
you
there's
did it.
stupid accents and there's all these sheep.
Mm-hmm.
It was well done.
How do we feel about the segment?
How do we feel about Go Off?
I like it.
That's good, right? No,
But
and
I'm-
it doesn't. It won't always be like the thing that you love the most.
Right.
Like it. You know, like one of the ideas I had that I pitched to Olivia was just pigeons. Just pigeons.
Just pigeons. Those fucking pigeons.
Just getting started.
Their multicolored rainbow necks. And their,
Who the fuck do they think they are? I've
how
actually
many
heard.
toes do they even have left?
I've heard that like because humans domesticated them for like, you know, different reasons, whatever. Now they just have no real natural instinct, so they just hang out in big cities because they're like waiting for us to tell them what to do, and it's a little heartbreaking.
That's
you
kind of
know?
sad.
Yeah, it is a little sad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They're still filthy disease spreaders.
but they're really cute.
Some of them. Some of them. I mean,
Anyway.
I could have really. That's some red meat for me if you had thrown me that one. I'm just saying.
Oh, that would have been good. Okay, well, anyway,
Yeah, pigeon might be white meat.
That's true.
that is
Although,
true. Well done.
is it more like duck where they're all kind of dark meat? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't eat one of those filthy birds, so I don't know.
But people do eat pigeons, right? That must be a
Squab.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in England, right? They eat the pigeons, right, Olivia? You're an expert.
Yeah, the vegetarian
Well,
get away. No, I don't know. Pigeons. Really, people eat. I know quail.
Sure, quail, but no, they call it squab, but it's pigeon. That's the dish. I mean, I haven't seen it on a menu in my lifetime. I mostly learned about it from like Looney Tunes, like Hassenpfeffer and squab.
Oh, interesting.
no, there you go. See, we all learned something.
We do.
From Looney Tunes and me.
Do we think that the 30 seconds is the right amount of time for the going off?
I mean, I'll be honest. I could have done a minute.
Okay.
I think against myself.
Okay.
We all went over the 30, like just from the reaction time of stopping the timer. So I think all three of us could have kept going.
Sure.
So it could go the minute. It's more of a challenge.
It is more of a challenge.
It is, but 30 seconds is a nice, tight little package. You're going to get all of your, thoughts into that, and then after, like, once you're winging it and it's getting to be thin gruel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It
Yeah.
feels like 30 is a good
Yeah.
amount of time because then
I
you're
hope
not.
everyone likes our production meeting on during the episode.
Yeah,
once
sorry. I
again.
mean, that's just what it
All right.
is.
Oh, I like it.
And what do you think of Go Off? Is that a good title for it? Because I think
Yeah.
I love
originally the people I stole it from called it Don't Get Me Started, which is great,
Sure.
but I don't want to.
I mean, you could also do like Family Guy. What grinds my gears? It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Again, working title.
Sure. I say we go with Go Off. I like it.
Great.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for being a part of the meeting. Appreciate it.
The actual segment wasn't the meeting. It's talking about the segment that was the meeting. I think,
fair.
and
Yeah,
it's good
you're right.
because we get paid the same either way.
We do. Yeah. Clock in, clock out. Doesn't matter what we do.
Is that why I was invited today to take minutes for the meeting?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you'll
you
be
have
paid
been-
equally with
you've been
us. Too.
writing-
You'll be happy to know.
You've been writing this down, right? Everything?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. You can take it from the transcript. Well, all right. In the spirit of us just dropping things in, I thought there's a story that Olivia. I don't know. Obviously, we're so ahead of the game right now that the last episode that we recorded has not yet dropped. That will not happen until later this evening. But in it, we discussed a lot of things about airplanes and airlines and things like that. And I thought I'd do a quick follow-up from a different airline-themed website called onemileatatime.com. Is everybody into that?
I love it.
Okay, don't anybody say no because I'm going to read this.
Go for it.
Okay. It's it starts out, airplanes are incredibly complex machines with a countless number of parts, and sometimes things go wrong. However, this is an odd one.
Oh.
And then the headline is Delta Boeing 757 loses wheel before takeoff in Atlanta. It actually says loses while, which is why I stumbled there for a second. But yeah, it loses wheel. This incident reported on Saturday, January 20th, 2024, ripped from the headlines, people.
Whoa.
And involves Delta flight DL-982, which was scheduled to fly from Atlanta to Bogota. That's in Colombia.
Thank you.
The flight was operated by a 31-year-old Boeing 757-200 with the registration code Who Cares.
Yep. Thank you.
The aircraft had been cleared to taxi into position on runway 27R as it awaited takeoff clearance. However, while taxiing onto the runway, one of the wheels of the nose gear separated from the aircraft and rolled into a nearby embankment.
Oh boy.
VAS Aviation, an excellent recreation of the incident featuring both a depiction of what happened plus the air traffic control audio. There is a video that was created to kind of reenact this thing, but obviously we're not gonna show that on our audio only medium.
No, probably not.
But we'll pretend that we all just watched it. As you can hear, another Delta pilot reports that the 75 on the runway just lost the nose tire. To which the Delta pilot on this aircraft responds, "Thanks for that. Sounds like we got a problem."
So cool. So collected.
Sounds like we got a problem. Over. Following this incident, the pilots of the Delta jet contacted maintenance, and they had to come out to the runway to tow the aircraft. The runway ended up remaining closed for a few hours as this whole process took quite some time. You got to love how a moment after this incident, the pilot of one of the Southwest jets in the takeoff queue gets impatient and asks about being rerouted to another runway. Of course, I can appreciate his desire to maintain an on-time schedule, but you can at least give them a couple of minutes. Okay. This became very first-person narrative all of a sudden.
Yes, it did.
But yeah, so this is, it turns out this thing is very, this publication is very into details about aircraft and airlines. And I'm finding that once they got past the actual story, it's like they're talking about actual mechanical things that we're not going to really worry about right here.
It's like 4 pilots and like engineers and mechanics.
That's their entire audience.
Got
they
it,
don't
yeah.
even have tens, let alone our dozens.
No, forget them.
Of people. But yeah, I just thought, and there was apparently there was an airplane that lost a door.
Yeah.
I only know this because of Saturday Night Live this past weekend. But yeah, lots of stuff falling off of planes. It's a little distressing at a time when I may actually be getting back in an airplane for the first time in 4 years.
It's
Wow.
very distressing.
Yeah, avoid Boeings. That's the
Yeah.
lesson, because the door incident was also a Boeing.
Also a Boeing. That was a 737, I think, and this is a 757. And because they have the crobnobulators in the oh, you don't know. No, I'm sorry, I was reading too much of this website.
Crobnobulator. That's
Crobnobulators,
That's
yeah.
like a Dr. Seuss word.
I mean, could be. You know, if you knew more about airplanes, you'd know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Or if you knew more about Dr. Seuss. I don't know. One or the other. Yeah.
Olivia, have
So-
you ever had like any airline mishaps? Have you ever been locked in a bathroom or?
No, I haven't had. No, I've been pretty lucky, I think, on airplanes. Lost luggage.
Sure.
Sure.
Eventually, it finds us. But been pretty good on. I love flying, so I tend to be excited, go in positive. Not that I mean, you know, if shit happens, shit happens, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced extremely bad turbulence?
No, not really. Not to the extent I've had friends describe like dropping from the sky, and roller coaster like.
I did have that.
That's so
You've
when
had
I was
that?
like when I was 10 years old. Yeah, we
no.
were flying from Texas back to my home in Indiana, and we dropped so hard and so fast. The drinks cart was in the thing, and it flew up in the air. It didn't quite hit the ceiling, but it did derail. Like it came down askew. I think my mom got some free booze out of that one because she was already white knuckling it with the
Did
turbulence.
she
that we
just
were
grab
having.
the bottle as it flew through the air?
Yoink.
That in my mind? Yes, you have now implanted that memory, and that did happen. Now
That is now.
I will attest to that in court.
Were people injured? Because there must have been a flight attendant manning that cart, right?
Well, it had there had yeah. I don't think anyone was injured. She did fly up as well.
Jesus
But man, flight attendants, they know what's up. They've got like sea legs, but air legs, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, she was able to, like, her hand was
My
on the
God.
ceiling of the plane, preventing her head from hitting the top.
That's
But
insane.
we had a lot of turbulence, and then then it seemed to have gotten quiet again, and that's when they started the drink service, right? Because it's like, okay, we're through that, and then nope, we got it. We found an extra pocket.
Wow. Kat, have
Yeah.
you had any hairy experiences or any mistakes? Get on the wrong flight?
No, never done that. I've fell at the airport. We've talked about that on this podcast.
We did.
In Germany. It was very embarrassing.
We also
Some
we
nice
talked about
people
me
made
being
sure
entirely. Oh, they made sure you were all right.
I wasn't
though.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna
yeah.
say, John?
I was going to say, we talked about me being entirely too inebriated. I got on a plane already in that state once. I'd also, to give me, in my own defense, I had just had my heart broken because I met someone at the airport, like not met, we met because we were both flying out for the holidays at about the same time. And this was back at a time when you could bring beer to the airport. You could even have beer in your carry-on.
Insane.
Yeah. Anyway, I confessed my feelings. She shot me down. I drank the rest of the beer. I got on the plane. It was not a good scene.
Oh.
And I wish I remember the name of that podcast because everyone can just stop and go listen to that right now.
We don't want them to do that.
No,
we want
no.
them
And
to
they'll
finish
come
this
back.
one and then
Okay.
go back and find it for yourself. See if you can
Okay.
find it.
It's like a fun game.
At some point, I'm going to run all of our episodes through like AI voice recognition, and we'll have transcripts of everything and make it all searchable, so you can
that's fun.
find out all of our worst moments just with a click of the keyboard.
That's fun. Olivia, did you hear about the diarrhea flight a couple months ago?
I did, and that's just not. I saw a photo, and that didn't have to be distributed, did it?
I think it did, yeah.
It's just not. Yes, but having to, because I understand it's considered a hazardous waste,
Sure,
course,
it's
of
biohazard.
course.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
biohazard, and so I understand having to land, but holy moly.
I mean, I'm still not over it. I still can't stop thinking about it.
The trail, right? Like the fact that it's almost. I mean, it looks like it's Morse code, right? Like it's dot dot dash dash dot 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 dash. I don't know what I'm spelling right now, but I should be careful because it might not be safe for work. But yeah, there was so much for so long,
Yeah.
as followed by the person's camera phone.
Much. There was, speaking of mistakes, there was I think this was last year. Some gentleman, I'm not sure where he was from, flew accidentally. He was meant to go to Sydney, Australia. And apparently there's a Sydney SIDNE, so SIDNEY, not SYD. He ended up in Sydney with an I, Montana.
Oh dear,
no.
that's very very far from his intended destination.
Um, uh, he's originally from Jamaica.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, he accidentally. Oh, it's happened more than once. Was it Sydney in Canada? Hey, and someone ended up in Sydney, Canada, not Sydney, Australia. Wouldn't you? What like? I don't know.
I don't know either.
There's a lot of clues along the way
A lot.
before you get on the plane.
So many.
It seems like I mean, how many people have ended up in Paris, Texas, right? Like, is that a thing too?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll Google it.
Especially, he originated his flight in Jamaica?
I think so. So
That's
it's
crazy.
via-
It's an
Yeah.
international flight. You've got to like apply for a visa. I'm thinking, right? It's
all of that. Yeah. A lot of the time too, like even you get on the plane and usually not always, but sometimes, especially on international flights, the accent of the flight attendants often gives it
it gives
away.
something away.
That
Sure.
should be a clue.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the most international flight I've ever been on was to Puerto Rico. So that's not even really an international flight because Puerto Rico is a commonwealth of the United States. I've been to other countries, but by boat,
Interesting.
Oh,
and all on that same one trip.
Okay.
This is all going to change soon. I'm woefully under-traveled.
You got to get out there, man.
I know.
you said you're gonna potentially be getting on a plane again.
Yes,
Sure.
probably just. I'm guessing it's going to be in Seattle because
Well, that's not international either, John.
it's not. It's not at all. It's not. No, I'm recently reemployed, and they're
Brilliant.
Yes, I thought so. I'm very happy. But there may be an on-site that is, I'm guessing, going to be located in Seattle because that's where a good chunk of the people I work with are located. So yeah, they're all gonna see me less in person than they do on camera because I will be masked all the time.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Chance to get some good coffee in Seattle.
Indeed. I haven't been there. That's the last place that I actually traveled to was Seattle at just before the pandemic, so the pandemic. And we have traveled by car to places, but we haven't gone. And actually, because we drove to Oregon on a trip, but we haven't made it as far as Washington. So this will be the furthest, I think. Just because I'm sure the mistakers care.
Someone's keeping track.
Mm-hmm.
I'm changing the subject.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Nothing you can do to stop me.
So, listener Beck is a listener, right, John, on this podcast?
Yes, we used to hear from Beck fairly
That's right.
regularly. I don't know.
Oh, I
what
think
happened.
that's how we kind of came up with Ashkenazi, right? Didn't something to do with
Because Beck is of Tasmania.
Tasmania? She's from Taz, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is
And
part of Australia, right?
yes,
Which
yes,
is good.
it is.
Okay, just making sure. 'Cause the way you said that made me think I was correcting people. I'm so
I
touchy
didn't
now.
correct
I
you.
know, but I'm so used to you doing that I just assume everything I say is wrong.
I don't even think I correct you that often, Kat. I really
You
don't.
probably
First of all,
could
because
more
you-
than you actually did.
I don't think you make that many mistakes, but I tell you that. See if you
Anyway.
will.
Anyway,
Mm.
so listener Beck is in Taz, and she sent. I'm in a group chat with her. She sent a photo of this cute little furry fuzzy thing. She was cleaning out a chicken coop,
Okay.
and she came upon this cute little fuzzy thing. And she took a video of it. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing there, mate? Hey, what are you doing there? So cute." And then I was like, "Hey, what is that?" And because I showed it to Leah, and she's like, "What is it, like a wombat or something?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let me ask." I'm like, "Hey, what is that, mate?" And she's like, "Oh, that's a possum." I was like,
They're
"They're very cute in Australia. They
Yeah.
have a very bad rep here. I love our North American possums. I think they're underrated. Frankly, they are the heroes of the backyard because they eat ticks and other vermin that we don't need.
But we don't really have ticks here.
Yeah, of course we do. There's ticks here. You know why we don't have ticks here, John? Because of the possum.
Because of all of the possums.
The mighty possum.
I will tell you, Australian possums are adorable
They're
Very
so
cute.
cute. So
compared to our creepy ghost animals that
they're
we
not
have.
creepy.
Ghost
I,
marsupials.
I was shocked at the American possum when I arrived.
Thank you. Yes, I was shocked by
Sorry.
them too.
Yeah.
Well, Olivia, please go off on how cute your Australian possums are.
Oh,
Good.
they are, well, they're just, I don't know, they're a little more squishy, a little more cute, a little squishy. Your possums are, or is it opossum? A possum and opossum, are they the same?
Technically, ours are opossums.
Right.
Yeah,
The
but we
long
call them possums.
snout and the kind of razor teeth and
Yeah, it's adorable. And the really thick rat tail. It's so cute.
yeah.
The scaly, thick, dirty rat tail that they
And their
have.
waxy ears. Adorable.
Yeah, they're
And
a
the way they
little,
hiss.
a little odd. But all our this is the thing. Ours it kind of runs down the line of like koala, wombat, like you just mentioned, quokkas. They're all these cute little marsupials, and it's only fitting that the possum would go down the same route.
Now, as an Australian, are you, because you do have a lot of really cute little marsupials, are you guys proud of your cute little marsupials? Do
Yeah.
people have like, because
As long
I've
as
seen
they
the
behave.
quokka, I've seen the quokka account. I think I follow the quokka account. It's just pictures of quokkas.
For any listeners out there that have never Googled quokka, 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 please do yourself a favor. Put in quokka selfie. They let you take selfies with them.
There's
So cute.
There's a podcast that both Kat and I listen to, and we've actually been to a live version of The Dollop. And one of the two hosts of that, Gareth Reynolds, has a comedy special that is entitled Riddled with Disease. And it is about the time he was in Australia and he got a picture taken with a quokka.
Oh no.
And like he was holding the quokka. And apparently someone told, oh, you really shouldn't do that. They're riddled with disease.
Oh no.
I would never hold a wild quokka either, personally, or any wild animal really, because yes, who knows what they might have.
For sure.
But they are very cute. You don't have to
Yes.
touch them. You just get up close. Get up
Right.
close. Take a little selfie.
Of an evening, Olivia, here at Pamplemousse, we could capture on our cameras opossums, skunks, raccoons, and feral cats. Those are the things that we find the most. We have actually captured coyotes on our camera as well, but that's the craziest thing we've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if your folks and you grew up in the bush, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to see what their cameras would show.
Yes. Lots. Lots. Kangaroos.
Kangaroos, koalas, wallabies,
Foxes,
drop bears,
rabbits. Fox and rabbits were introduced by the British.
right?
Boo.
And then myxomatosis was introduced to get rid of the rabbits.
Idiots.
Yeah,
Cows. All of that.
sure. But drop bears are the things you have to watch out for the most in Australia.
They're the most
Most
Yeah.
feared.
weird,
scourge.
yeah, unpredictable. Yeah,
Yep. They're friends with all the spiders too, I've heard.
they are. Yeah, and the
Is
quokka.
that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't,
just
I didn't-
Google drop bear as well.
Yes.
you have to. Yeah, it's terrifying.
At least they don't have chlamydia like koalas.
That's true. They've all got them. Have you heard the story of how they named the treatment center for koalas after Stephen Colbert?
Oh, I saw that segment. Yes.
he's a crazy guy.
Was it John Oliver? Was it John Oliver?
Oh wait, was it? I thought it was Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert he definitely has a treadmill on the International Space Station. Maybe it was John. Well, John Oliver just did the thing in New Zealand with the bird of the century. At the Puketete. I
You
can't
okay,
remember.
John? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just having a stroke. It's fine. No, but I actually voted for the bird of the century because New Zealand does not lock it down to just New Zealanders. You can vote from anywhere, and he really skewed the voting. It was
No.
because Kiwis love their birds. They really do, and Kiwis are one of the birds that were on the list.
True, yeah.
But yeah, John Oliver took a shine to one specific bird and told everybody vote for this one, and it won.
Oh, no.
The Kiwis were pissed.
Well, don't open it up to non-Kiwis. That seems
That's
like
what
a
I'm saying,
fatal
right?
flaw to that system.
Yep. Olivia, you don't want to weigh in on that?
The Kiwi. Well, I've had my rant for the evening on the Kiwis.
That's fair.
I'm trying to throw you on the other side of the argument now.
No, I know.
Uh-huh.
Is this a irregular thing that they do for the bird?
Well, they have like a bird of the year, but this was a big one. It was bird of the century. Like they don't get to vote for another one until we're all long dead.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. No. It is Puketete. Now I need to Google.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't even know how to begin to pronounce this.
Yeah, I
And
can give
it's,
Red Hot go.
it might be because sometimes they pronounce the P U like a F.
Yeah,
So it could be,
like Whakatane.
yeah, exactly. It could be
Now this is
Futeketeke. I don't know. It's tough.
Puteki Teki.
Futeki Teki?
Yeah, Puteki Teki.
Well, that's fun to say.
It's a cool bird, and
It's-
that's why I voted for it. I wouldn't just do it because John Oliver told me to do it, but yeah.
Is the bird from New Zealand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it
So
had to
why
be a
are
bird.
they up in arms? What's the
It
issue?
was, it was John Oliver, yeah.
Apparently there are lobbyists for the different birds, and they collect money. Like they collect campaign funds and put up all kinds of billboards and things like that. Well, John Oliver has a larger budget than your average, Kiwi with a bird fetish. So he put up billboards in the U.S., like in major markets, like I think in like L.A., New York. But then he also put one up in some town in Wisconsin
That's amazing.
for completeness.
Wow. I had no idea of any of this.
It is a
Kiwis
fun-looking
really-
bird.
It is a cool looking bird, but I think the Kiwis need to find something better to do with their time.
Honestly, I wish we in the U.S. would concentrate more on what's our favorite bird than where do we need to ship arms.
Right
and-
now, it's
yeah.
the one attached, or the middle finger bird, probably. That's what is favorite one in America.
Yeah.
Seems like it. We are a nation divided. Anyway, I didn't mean to get serious on that.
No, it's very serious, John. Bringing us down, man.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, it's content, right?
It is.
Out content me, cat.
No, I got nothing.
You got nothing? All right, fair.
Yeah, I wish we had any. I don't think we have any. Well, I mean, I technically asked you a question about possums, so that counted as asking Ozzy.
Right? We asked an Aussie to come on the show, and
We
she did.
That's
We asked her to participate in the first ever instance of Go Off.
Go off. Yes.
go off.
Go Off.
Very, very special. Very, very special that I was included in that.
Well,
You could, if this podcast were entirely Australian, you could name your segment Chuckanana.
Chuckanana. Is that when someone
Chuck. So it's like if you on a tantrum on a roll in Australia, it's your you banana. You're chucking a banana. So it's a nana.
Okay.
So you're chucking a nana. So
I
you just
love it.
so it's like someone's like, oh, don't chuck a nana. If someone's going off on something,
Mm-hmm.
they're yeah.
It directly translates into throw a tantrum, but it's
Throw a tantrum, chuck a
as
nana.
most Australian sayings are, it's much more fun
Yeah.
than that.
Olivia, how did that happen?
I don't know. I don't
There
know how
has
we
to
come
be
up
a
with
story.
I don't know how things just evolve, you know.
I feel like
Over
this episode needs to be titled Chuckanana.
I mean, I think it has to be.
It's just my
things
say so.
just like nicknames, for your favorite people and pets and all that kind of stuff. You start off with one name and then it evolves over the years and it gets shortened or lengthened or whatever. It's the same. It's the same. We just
but
we do
Australians
it
do it
with
better.
almost everything.
So much better. Yeah.
So much better. It's a fun language to listen to.
It is.
It's
Australian
another okay, so here's another one. So there was a singer, I want to say from like the 60s, 70s, was in his prime, and he was called, I'm assuming he's no longer with us, Barry Crocker.
Okay.
And I don't know how this came about, but there was a saying about, I think it originated as, what a shocker, Barry Crocker. So it's kind of like
It's like Cockney rhyming slang.
like Cockney rhyming slang, right? So now, though, in Australia, you just say, oh, I had a Barry. So as in, so the shocker's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, what a shocker. Nah, that's gone. It's just having a Barry. Like, oh, man, I had such a Barry. As in, like, you're having a hard time, having a shocking day. Nothing's going right.
Is there going to come a time where people will say, I'm having a berry, and they won't know the origin of it?
Oh.
Like Barry Crocker? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure people, generations to come will have no idea. And I'm sure the generations coming up right now have no idea who Barry Crocker is. I can picture him in my head. I have a vague recollection of this, suave dude singing on midday TV shows in the 80s. But yeah.
Nice. Now, like, I got Barry Crocker in Australia and Pete Tong in the UK. It's all gone Pete Tong.
Oh, is that similar?
It's all gone wrong. Yeah, it's
wrong.
it's well, like the ones that I know are like the apples and pears stairs. Shame about the boat race is face. So to hear people actually use and it's usually in like Guy Ritchie films that you'll hear them use this, and it's like, okay, I need to go look that up.
Frog and Toad, that kind of stuff.
What is Frog and Toad?
Hit the road,
Hit
frog
the
and
road.
toad.
Oh, okay. Hit the road, Frog and Toad.
That's
Okay.
another Cockney. Yeah.
Nice.
Very
They'll
confusing.
just say, I hit the frog and toad instead of road.
I love that.
Then
I
I'm
love
leaving.
it.
Yeah.
Do we have an equivalent to those wacky, nonsensical things? I'm trying to think of one. Olivia, can you think of something where you're like, what are you guys fucking talking about?
I don't know. I'm sure you do.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
You take some pop culture and stuff and feed it into.
We're very literal United Statesians. It's a thing. I just feel like these things arise out of a surfeit of creativity that people have.
Yeah,
and they're just like
a little whimsy, kind of whimsical.
Yeah. We take ourselves so seriously here. In the US, we really do.
Reminds me, have you heard of a British comedian called Michael McIntyre?
I have not.
I think you've shown me some videos.
Okay, good. Oh, this is someone I can discover.
Yes, he's rather, he's funny dude. Obviously, he makes a very good living from being a comedian. But he talks about, I saw him on a talk show, where he talks about how Americans are very literal and how he's like they had to take what obviously the British language, came as white men came to America, so did the British language. and they had to make things a little more simplified, a little more literal. It's like you can't, like, so in, for example, in Britain, he says you just go horse riding, whereas America, you have to say specifically where on the horse you need to sit. So it's horseback riding, right? And so he does various examples. It's like it's not just what was the other one? I think it was like waste paper basket. It's like you have to know what goes in there. Paper. Like no, it's just a waste basket. Little things like that. Maybe that's where it stems from. It has to be. It's more, specific.
Sure. Yeah, my wife and I were talking the other day about she was born in Massachusetts, and they use the term rubbish there, which is very much a Commonwealth nation type term.
Yeah.
But nowhere else in the U.S. have I ever heard anyone refer to trash or garbage as rubbish.
It's kind of cute, actually.
I like it.
It's adorable.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
We use.
I love that. When I was growing up, everything, they were trash cans. Now things have turned into bins. I feel like we're actually sort of looping back around to British things.
Really? Do you say bins?
No, we use trash cans. Do you put the trash can out? Yeah.
Oh, you put the trash can, but
But
so
they were
also you
literally
said some people
cans, 'cause
use
they're-
bins.
Now we use bins. Yeah, the green bin, the green bin, the blue bin, and the black bin, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, it's just shorter, quicker. Maybe, when LA City and they do, print out of what you need to do, it's just less words.
Sure. But we don't use it as a verb, bin it, which I love. I love that Australians will say that. And I learned that from Tim Minchin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, bin it. I've never heard that before. But yeah, throw it out, throw it away.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a clever.
That's one of the ones where they made it shorter instead of longer.
Yeah. We can go either way.
Yeah, I like that about Australians.
But you guys need to, Americans, I think the lesson to this, the lesson for this is Americans need to get, no, and this is not dissing on you beautiful people, but get a little more creative with the vernacular.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up watching Monty Python, and like I'm very much a fan of comedians from other places where they speak English, because unfortunately that's the only language I speak. But yeah, so I feel like that's the way we find it, and that's the way we can import it. And I find my people. I'll sometimes drop a term, and if someone gets it, then it's like, we'll exchange a wink. But yeah, I don't think we're all Americans.
You do like your language, don't you, John? You like your.
do.
Would you classify yourself as a etymologist?
Not an entomologist, but
No, not a name.
that bugs me. But yeah, I don't know. Kat's just shaking her head. Yeah, I really like words, but I haven't ever done a formal study. I don't. I could tell you, like, I can kind of tell you some origins and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I like words. I like words because they make my thoughts happen out in the world. But as I'm getting older, some words are harder to find, like discouraged.
You gotta let it go, man. It's fine.
I'm letting it go. You can see how well I'm letting it go. But anyway, yeah, I like words.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right. I think that's
We
a
love
great
you.
note.
yeah.
Yeah.
We love you,
Yeah.
Olivia.
We do.
Thanks for coming on the pod.
Well, I love you guys. Thanks for having me.
Of
Welcome.
course. You have done us the great favor of not only providing content, but just, hanging out with us
Yeah.
for an hour. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing.
Were there many mistakes discussed? I guess there were a few.
A wheel fell off a plane.
Yeah.
A door
Somebody
wall.
fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to think we've grown beyond just the mistakes. I mean, that's always going to be our core content.
Of course.
But yeah, we're both gainfully employed now, and takes time and energy to gather content.
It does.
But what I like is I'm now working at a new place and I'm meeting new people and I can convince them to come tell their stories. So
Oh, very good.
right.
Yeah.
I mind my last workplace. Which may be why I'm not there anymore. I don't know.
I doubt that.
We'll see. Awesome.
Well, I was going to say
we
thanks.
both weld.
We weld a lot. Olivia, thank you for helping us. Well, you pitched a good name for the go off alternative. It was Chuckanana.
Chuckanana.
Chuckanana. So
That's
we're gonna.
okay. You don't have to go off. It works just as well. But I was just saying, if this was an Australian podcast, it would be called Chuckanana. So, but you don't have to necessarily.
I like having that as like all right, we're about to go. Olivia's about to Chuckanana. Go off. Like I think it works as like a good setup.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to explain to your listeners that listen that come into the go off segment for the first time. You might have to explain the whole Chuckanana thing.
We'll do it every time.
We every time we start this podcast, we talk about what it is. Sometimes more successfully than others.
Yeah.
But this is because one person gave us one note on like episode
Years
6.
ago.
Yeah, they're like, I really didn't feel like I knew what I was walking into, and it's like, all right, well, and hence the wonderful banter that we have at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah. Suck on it.
Chuckanana.
To become very angry, to fly into a rage to an extent that does seem entirely rational or appropriate. Okay.
That does seem.
Okay.
Urban Dictionary. Go figure. There's a typo
Okay.
on Urban Dictionary.
So there you go. It's officially in the Urban Dictionary, so
Well, then,
you can use
That's
it.
the lexicon of our times.
yeah. I'm convinced.
Awesome. Well, I'm not going to say it's a shame. It's a good thing that the Republican candidates for president no longer include the Hoosier Michael. I don't know what his middle initial is. Michael X Pence.
Hoosier. More like loser.
Thank you. I like that better. I don't like him being identified with the state of my youth.
I know. Sorry.
What are you gonna do? But Olivia, would you like to lead us in our signature sign off here on the My Mistake podcast?
Is it the same one? I haven't been on.
It's always.
Same one.
We've only ever had one.
Yeah. FMP.
Fuck Mike Pence.
FMP.
Yeah. Fuck you, Mike Pence.